Hello. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the She Shed Live. I am your host, Courtney Phillips, and we are live in the building. Let me see if I can see comments. Give me 1 second here. How is everyone doing? Let's see what is going on here. I am having some technical difficulties. Bear with me just one moment here. Looking for comments. Here we go. There we go. Okay. There's the comments. Hey, Felicia. I see you are here. I don't see anyone from Facebook just yet. Let me check and see if you could share and invite. This is going to be a really awesome evening. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Let's see. When you come in, let me know where you are from, and we are going to get started. Let me see here. I want to make sure that everything looks fine on my end, and I'm going to share and invite as well. And then I'm going to bring on my guests. I'm so excited about this evening. And let's see here. We got 5 people tuning in, but y'all are not commenting. Let me see. I don't see any comments just yet, but hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening, and welcome to the She Shed Live. I am your host, Courtney Phillips, and we are live at 5. We're going to have a great evening. I'm so excited about tonight. I did experience some technical difficulties, so I do apologize for coming on a few minutes late, but we are here and we're going to go ahead and get started. I am going to go ahead and bring in my guests. I hope you all can hear me well. I'm going to bring this mic a little bit closer. Can you hear me now? Tonight is going to be special. I have an amazing friend. Y'all don't mind me. I am sharing really quickly. I wish you all would say something in the comments so I can make sure you all are here. I wish I could share and invite some of your girlfriends, invite some of your neighbors, invite your so sorry. 1 second. There we go. I wanted to make sure that everything is looking fine in Facebook land, and I also wanted to share and invite. Latoya, I see your comment, but why I don't see it on here is beyond me. Let's see here. If everybody could share and invite, that would be great. I'm scared to touch anything else because I've been having a couple of issues. But we're going to go, as they say, we're going to go on in Jesus' name. Ain't that what they say? Okay. So I have an amazing guest here tonight, and I'm so excited. She is my friend. She is my little big sister. I'm older, but you know, she has the wisdom of ages, and she's amazing. We've been friends for years, and she is also my life coach, and that's one of the things, one of the many topics that we're going to talk about tonight, and I'm so excited to have her on live in the She Shed. And it's none other than Stephanee Pinkney. She's also an author, by the way. I forgot to say that as well. Come on in here, sister. Hey, Steph. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, come on, do the work. Wait a minute. Because you didn't tell me. We just gonna surprise each other. This is what we gonna do. I love it. Are the shirts out yet? I need one.
They're not out yet. This is just the protege.
Okay. I love it. I like that.
Thank you.
Yes. Look at us. We both said, I'm going to hit them with the shirt tonight. That's what we said. I'm going to hit them with the shirt. Then what? How are you doing this evening? I'm sharing and inviting. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to talk and chats. A lot been going on in 2020. So I'm excited just to see what's on the hearts of women and just share and see where the conversation goes.
I'm so excited as well. Listen, we're going to jump right into it. I was trying to share and invite with a few people and get some more people in the room. But we're going to jump right in and get right into it. First of all, you are a life coach, and the name of your coaching group is Destiny in Diagnosis. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Share a little bit with us about Destiny and Diagnosis.
So I never planned on being a life coach. That was something that wasn't on my agenda. I actually had spoken at your first She Shed
Yep.
and shared my heart and just some things that the Lord had kind of placed on my heart and mind to share with the ladies. And I was so excited after we got done talking. And then the Lord began to deal with me about the name Destiny and Diagnosis. And I was like, well, what is this? And so he started to deal with me. It's based out of the whole story with the woman with the issue of blood. And so he was dealing with me about how he created an opportunity for healing, for him to be seen as a deliverer, a restorer, just based off of her diagnosis. So many people, when they preach the story of the woman with the issue, they talk about how she bled for 12 years and, nobody could heal her and how Jesus healed her and all these things. But God was like, I created an opportunity for me to be seen right in her diagnosis at the beginning.
Come on.
So he wanted me to begin to share with women about how there is destiny in diagnosis, not just as health wise in diagnoses, but different diagnoses that they may be facing, whether it's dealing with fear or anxiety or depression, that there's destiny in you actually dealing with those situations. God allows those things to happen so that he can be made manifest in your life, but we have to be able to find and see what that destiny is in the midst of that issue, because sometimes we can't see it because we're overwhelmed with what we're going through. And so I believe that part of my purpose is to help women to find that destiny in whatever they are dealing with when it comes to their lives.
That is awesome. And so, what type of diagnosis are we talking about here?
So I have been physically diagnosed with multiple sclerosis for about 8 years. I was diagnosed about 8 years ago. And then recently was also told that I had lupus. So originally, when Destiny and Diagnosis came to me, I thought of chronic illness, women dealing with chronic illness, chronic disease. But the Lord began to deal with me about a diagnosis is not just something medical related. He's like, think about all of the issues that you have dealt with throughout time: depression, anxiety, fear, all of these things. He's like, these are diagnoses that people label and put on you. He's like, it's time for women especially to be able to see the destiny in those things, which is ultimately him.
That's so good. Oh my gosh. Okay. So it's not just limited to major illnesses, but it's also depression, you said. It's
Yes.
also anxiety. It's also, so that encompasses most of us. Most of us are dealing with some level of anxiety, some level of depression. And that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight, because we are entering into the holidays during a pandemic.
Yes.
So for all of us, this is the first time that we're limited from seeing our relatives. This is the first time that we're not able to enjoy the big festive gatherings. And some of us will go ahead and do it anyways, in spite of what the scientists and medical professionals have spoken against. But so to that, many of us have lost a loved one. You being included, you just lost your father.
Mm-hmm.
And so, talk to us a little bit about grief during the holidays and how to recover from grief. I think that we're hit with a double whammy here because you have lost a loved one. A lot of people have lost loved ones, and not only that, um, but we're also dealing with the uncertainty of what's next in
Mm-hmm.
dealing with this pandemic. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people are dealing with a major depression, major anxiety. So
Mm-hmm.
talk to us a little bit about that.
Grief is something that is definitely unfolding to me every day. I, as you mentioned, lost my dad unexpectedly about a month and a half ago, and it took the wind out of me. Um, and the interesting part about this year, from a spiritual perspective, is I definitely felt as though God was realigning the people of God to ultimately focus back on Him. I think sometimes when we can be so clouded and so busy with things to where sometimes God has to stop those things in order to get our attention. So 2020 came and it's like God wanted to get the entire world's attention. He put everything to a halt. And in the midst of that, he has taken home a lot of generals, a lot of people in the body of Christ that were staples. And just a side story, you guys know we've had multiple hurricanes, storms. We had one really bad here. And I felt the house shake. And the following morning, I got up. I knew a tree had fell. I just didn't know where it had fell. And the following morning, I got up and I went back on the porch, and there was a tree that had fell in the backyard, and it left a huge hole in the backyard to where I could literally see my neighbors. And that's what grief has done for many. We've seen a lot of people leave here, and when they do leave here, especially when they're close to you or people that have lost loved ones to COVID, it leaves such a gaping hole in their lives because a lot of times they're not even able to see those loved ones, physically touch them because of the pandemic, because of just everything that's going on, them not being able to go into the hospitals or and get kind of that closure that you would normally get without a pandemic. A lot of people aren't getting that. And they're experiencing a huge hole in their lives from that particular loved one. And then on top of the holidays, which is filled with family, sometimes you find yourself filling that hole with something, whether it's a substance, whether it's eating, whether it's drinking,
Okay.
whether it's sex. you
Yes.
know we replace those holes in our lives with things to try and fill it, because we're like, okay, I'm missing this, and now I need to fill that hole. And I have been learning through my own walk with grief, if you don't have God in your life,
Yes.
you will feel as though you can't make it mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all the above. And I really believe that God wants to fill those holes, with fill it of grief, fill it with Him, so that we don't we'll miss those loved ones, but we're also having Him, so He's able to soothe that place,
Yes.
and not necessarily it be stuff or things. So I think during this time, it's really important, if you can, surround yourself with people that are going to consistently encourage you. Whether it's, I saw a friend talk about how they're doing Thanksgiving Zoom wise. Everybody's cooking something and they're on Zoom, and so that they can feel like they're all together. Find a way to have community. Find a way not to be by yourself. because an idle mind is the devil's playground. You will find yourself doing things that you never thought that you would do. So in that grief, make sure you talk about it. Be honest about it. There are days I don't want to get up. And I'm like, I don't want to get up today. You know,
Let me pause you right there because you said something really valuable. Talk about it. Talk about it with who?
you have to have the right people, not people that are going to talk you off.
Okay, let's see if I can bring her back. It was getting good. Hold on. Okay, let me see if she's probably gonna go out and then come back in. It was just getting good. Okay. Let's give it 1 second. I'm gonna see if okay. She's gonna go out and then come back in, y'all. It was getting so good when we were talking about the holidays. Bear with me 1 second. We having some technical difficulties. Let's see. Is it good so far, y'all? She's coming. Hold on. Good Lord, everything on. She just sent me a message, so she'll be back on in a minute. Oh Lord. So now we're gonna talk about a few things. I posed the question. I posed the question on my Facebook, Instagram pages, and the question what are some things that women have a hard time talking about, and so we are going to tackle those this evening. Let's see. We're going to tackle those this evening, and I'm going to, Stephanie and I are going to tackle those. I'm not going to tackle those by myself. And we're going to look at those things. And I've gotten some really good answers, and a lot of them I didn't have a chance to post. But we're definitely going to dive into as many as we can. And whatever we can't, we will deal with at a later time, at a later date. Let's see here. Stephanie should be back on in a minute. Look, I don't want to bust out singing. You know how when you're in church and you got to feel that time, and so somebody just busts out singing. I'm not doing that tonight. I'm not doing that tonight. But I will make a few announcements. So let's see here. We have the She Shed. That's the organization that I have. It's a group of us. It's a group of women. And what the She Shed is we are shedding those things that are not like God to become everything that He has called us and purposed for us to be. And I am the purpose pusher. So I'm pushing purpose and passion in everyone. So what we do is currently I have we're in GroupMe, and we link up every day. We're checking in every day. And we're talking about some of the things that we talk about here. And that's why I decided to bring it live. So if you are interested, she's back. Praise the Lord, saints. That's all right.
I'm so sorry.
I was just telling everybody, that's okay. I was just telling everybody about the She Shed. And I was saying that I was telling them how we link up every day in GroupMe. And so I think I'm going to start a group here on Facebook. And so if anyone is interested by the end of this live, just let me know, and we'll get that location cranked up as well. Or you can come in our group meet. I believe it's about 12 of us in there, and it's live at 5 in there also. Stephanie, are you set up? Are you good?
Give me like I'm on my phone, so I'm waiting for my computer to load back up.
Okay, that's fine. I figured you were on the phone. God bless the saints. I'll deal with my brother later.
Right.
Oh,
I'm like, what are you doing?
but we were just talking good. We were talking about who to talk to when you are facing those difficult and challenging times. And go ahead. What were you saying with that?
It's important for you to have a good support system and a good support group of women, men, mentors, people that you can go to and share, and they can give you wise counsel. You don't need people that are like, yeah, girl, just drink. Yeah, just eat. You need people that are going to speak sound wisdom to you, that will be able to hear you, sympathize, empathize with you, but also encourage you. Like, you can get through this, or give you ways or ideas in which you can overcome. So it's definitely important for you to have that team of people that you can trust with your heart, with being transparent and saying, hey, I'm struggling today. Hey, I'm really feeling depressed. I'm really feeling down. I thank God, because I have such a good core group to where I can call and say, look, I'm really struggling. Can you guys help me? What can I do? Even if they just sit there and pray for me, or they tell me corny jokes, I have those people in my life that help me get through, that can help me push through, just the negativity and just the grief. Grief is no joke. It's not something that people they shouldn't take it lightly. If someone says that they're grieving, or they're really feeling down, you have to know how to handle people in their vulnerability. Please handle people right. You don't want to hurt anybody or damage them even more, because you may not understand grief. It's important that you are there to listen. And even if you don't know what to say, just be a listening ear. Be someone that you are allowing to encourage them. That, be someone that they can hear encouragement from. So it's definitely important for you to talk to somebody. And if you need to go to counseling, go to counseling. There's nothing wrong with that. Go to counseling. There's grief counseling. There's so many things out here. There's stuff that I've even done. There's support groups, even on Facebook. There's support groups for grief, those that are grieving. Be there for somebody to listen to. But if you feel like you don't have that, definitely seek help out on the outside, whether it's counseling, whether it's a life coach, whether it's a support group. Please make sure that you do that, because it will help you. It definitely will help you.
Let's talk about someone that may be helping someone that's grieving really quick. I know that I was able to be with you and the family during that time when we had the services for your father. And afterwards, we were sharing some things that were inappropriate. And we felt as though, you laughing, and we felt, you know what? But I felt as though it is extremely important that we cover those things. So share with us some things that may be, as best as you can, that may be inappropriate, or what are some things that we can do better when we're trying to console someone, or when we're trying to say that, we're sorry for your loss. What can we say? What can we do to make things better?
Presence is everything. People seeing your presence, even if or feeling your presence, that's important. That's important, that they see that they feel that. When you're grieving, or when you go through a loss, you sometimes you don't know what to say, you don't know what you need. You don't know how you feel. You don't, everything, all of this is new to you. So you definitely don't need people that are inappropriate in how they talk. Like don't nobody need to hear
Don't make me laugh, Stephanie. I'm finna coming home. Go ahead.
I'm saying you don't want to hear somebody saying, yeah, I knew they was gonna die, you know, because of XYZ.
Do people say that?
You don't want to hear, people get inappropriate. You don't want to hear, you know, you should be glad that they're in heaven, so you shouldn't have any sorrow. Like there's a time, and there's a time. You have to watch what you say to people. And y'all, please stop sending people chicken.
Bye.
Okay.
And good night, everybody. I'm gone. Wait.
You know, you can't show up at people's houses unannounced. You know, stop giving the Saints chicken. People got dietary restrictions. You know, we have to come up with a new way of doing things. Courtney, stop laughing. We gotta find a new way.
Stephanie, now this is where me and Stephanie differentiate. I love a good chicken and pound cake now. Come on. Stephanie, get back in here and stop playing. Okay, I'm pulling it together.
I'm just saying, everybody, some people have dietary restrictions. Okay. I know everybody loves chicken, but when you show up at people's houses with like 5 jumbo catering boxes of chicken, like 10 boxes of biscuits, not a stack, not a few paper napkins, but
all of them,
the container of napkins that look like you stole from the back of the chicken spot, two big bags of condom Saints. I mean, you gotta think. You got, and then you have to understand too. A lot of times, especially I can say for my family, we didn't really have an appetite.
Okay.
So you're not really eating. You're not really. I know Ricky received the blessing of the chuck of the cluck cluck. I get it, you know. And it's true. And see, my mom is the type, she doesn't eat everybody's food. So if, you know, you show up with like food and she knows that you have like roaches or something, she's going to be, oh, God bless you. As soon as you leave, she's going to put it in the trash. I mean.
But, okay, so you're saying that you should ask first.
Ask, or if you, sometimes we don't know exactly what to do. I've had friends just send gift cards, like grocery gift cards. I've had people just send groceries of just things that, ordinary things, whether it's like toilet paper, tissue, you know, just things that you may need in your home. Of course, my mom got a lot of flowers and plants and different things like that. And that's good too, you know, but sometimes you don't know people's dietary restrictions, you know, so what if they can't, like, I know for me, I can't do gluten. So I'm not doing any bread, or, you know what I'm saying? Certain things I just can't eat. So
but this is good though, because as we were discussing it, we were laughing as hard, probably harder than we are now. But it's the truth that people have food allergies, and as Black people specifically, we do not think about that, because when Stephanie said the things that she is conveying to you all, she told me, she shared with me, and I was like, wow, I'm taking a mental note, because I told her about the time one of my friends had a major surgery. They got out of the hospital. I came over to the house with a big bucket of Popeye's chicken, mashed potatoes, red beans and rice, and some biscuits with a gallon of tea. And I said, God bless you. And Stephanie was like, okay, and I get it, but no, because in all seriousness, everybody Black does not eat chicken. Everybody Black does not eat pound cake and chicken. Y'all, I'm so glad we can laugh about it. But
it's good, but we just have to think of other ways to minister to the family. Like I know one thing that has really blessed me is people have been sending me cards. And it's something about being able to read those words every day. Like I feel like I've gotten a card, at least one card a week, if not two. But being able to read people's words and words of encouragement is something I can go back to. It's not something we gonna waste because there's not enough people are eating it. And then two, because of the pandemic, it's not like we had a lot of people over to be able to consume that food. So you feel bad about wasting it and trashing it, and then more people send things and you're just like, where do you put it? You know what I'm saying? You start giving it to the neighbors or, we were making people plates and, handing it out to give to other people because, we just didn't want to waste. You don't want to waste, people spending their hard-earned money. You don't want to feel unappreciative. I think we just have to find, as a culture, we have to find other ways to be able to minister to people in time of grief that doesn't always have to be food.
That's good.
Let's minister to them in other ways, whether it's you only have $5 and you want to give them that, or think of essential things that they may need: toilet paper, toothpaste, paper towels. Give them a gift card, something that they can go and pick out the things that they need. I had one friend give me a yearly subscription for Walmart groceries.
Oh, that's good.
We have to think of other ways to minister to families during grief. That doesn't just, because I'll tell you this, sometimes when you come out of grief, you start just eating you get the spirit of gluttony.
Okay.
And you eat your feelings.
I've been eating, hello. I've been eating my food.
I have too.
I mean, sharing your feelings.
Reese cups and M&Ms.
I think I ate enough for the both of us.
I'm saying we have to be more conscious of how we minister to families during times of grief. Running errands is a great idea. If they have kids, finding things for the children to do to keep them occupied. Just other ways of ministering to them, and
But wait a minute, Stephanie. What if they send you a whole trough of toilet tissue and toothpaste?
Listen, in the pandemic,
you'll be all right with that.
I would be fine.
Okay.
Because see, I'm the type too, I already stock up when it comes to stuff like that. Toilet paper, toothpaste, soap. Even if
coming your way. No, I'm teasing. We can't even get that much right now.
Right. Even if it's candles. That's my sister. So she'll tell you. We were like cracking up just at some of the stuff, that we got. But find other ways to be able to minister to the families outside of just food. As a culture, that's just what we do, but we have to find other ways. We have to get smart about what we do and how we minister. Think long term. Don't think just that current time, because a lot of times what happens is everybody's talking to you and praying for you and encouraging you in the immediate death, but after the funeral you don't hear from nobody.
So what are some good things to say? What are some things, okay, wait a minute. So let's do a summary on that, and then we'll talk about things that you can say. So we said good gift cards are good. Everybody don't eat chicken, so no more chicken and pound cake. We said gift cards. We said toilet paper, essential items like toothpaste and soap and things of that nature are good. Cards are good. Flowers. I don't know if you said I think you said flowers.
Yeah,
flowers are good. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, no more chicken.
Chicken and pound cake, that's fine, but just
be mindful that everybody doesn't eat it, and some people have food allergies. When I tell you this is so new for me, so I'm glad to hear this. Now tell us, because I've found myself, I've had quite a few friends here lately who have lost a loved one, and I have not necessarily known what to say. I do say the sorry for your loss. Jayana said making phone calls to family and friends on behalf of the family. I think that's what she's saying, maybe. Just ask. Okay, so here's the thing with just ask, Ricky, is that sometimes, everybody be like, just let me know if you need anything. That doesn't always work, because if you're grieving, like you have so many other things on your mind, it's just like, oh, okay, because that's what everybody says. Just let me know what you need. Yeah. And a lot of times, family not gonna come out and be like, well, we need $1,000 over here, and then you know what I'm saying? So sometimes that's tricky, because Stephanie and I did talk about that.
You have to be led, because everybody's not gonna tell you if they have a need. Everybody's not gonna tell you, I need toilet paper, or we don't have XYZ, or we need somebody to pay for the programs, or we need, some extra funds because we have people coming in town, or some of my kids are coming in town and they don't have a way to get here. Sometimes pride gets in the way of people just sharing what they need. Sometimes it's just your presence, and they may not know that they need to see you or need your presence until you're actually there. Money always works. I mean,
money answers all things. Do you hear me? It answers everything. Not one thing.
So if
people health that money can answer.
If they want to do something and you don't know what to do, just send a card and some money. You know what I'm saying? And that way you're like, okay, I've done something. And then maybe as time progresses and they are able to say, you know what, I do need some groceries. I do need, you know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. Or I do need, but a lot of times you don't want to tell people what you need, or you just be like, you just gonna be hungry today because I don't feel like cooking, you don't know what to say all the time. What you should say to people, just encouraging words. I'm lifting you up in prayer. People do ask. I believe you, Tony. Some people will definitely tell you exactly what they need, and some, won't. But just don't be mean. When you're talking.
Don't be mean.
When you're talking to people about grief that are grieving, you just have to be mindful of your words. Always say something encouraging. Even if you don't know what to say, I just want to tell you that I love you. I'm praying for you. I'm here if you need me. And depending on your relationship too with that person, it may be an opportunity. You can say more things, where you can joke with them to try and get them to joke, or, get them to laugh a little bit. So it depends.
I'd be scared about that, Stephanie, because what if the joke don't go over good? And then be like,
It just depends on your relationship. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I really know that you love me, you can say something, and even if it's corny, I'll be like, Courtney, I'm sorry, that was horrible. And we may just get a good laugh out of it or something just to kind of break the ice. But don't go asking, how did the person die? That's kind of inappropriate. What happened? Like, that's inappropriate.
That what happened question is so knee jerk. It's so knee jerk. And I feel like people really don't mean to do it. But just like the fried chicken and pound cake, I think it's knee jerk. It's just a reaction. It's the automatic, especially for Black people, it's the automatic switch. For the automatic go-to is, oh my God, what happened? But you're saying be mindful, don't do it.
Yes, some people, there's a time and a place for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're calling to give condolences, give the condolences, but don't be going asking a lot of questions. Like, it can just be a lot in the moment. And people have to be sensitive. Be sensitive. Think about what you would want if the shoe was on the other foot. How would you feel? I had somebody inbox me. Hi, I'm giving my condolences, but if you don't mind, can you tell me what happened? I immediately deleted the message. I didn't even respond.
Message me their name.
I'm just like, how rude. How like,
why? Respond?
No, I deleted the message. But I was like, that's so rude. I had somebody say to me that they knew they knew my dad was gonna die.
Don't say that. Don't tell me that.
I knew he was.
Give me that name too. Look, where my list at? Who taking a list in the chat so I can, when I get off of here,
they'll get deep and be like, the Lord told me that he was gonna pass.
No. So that could be like on behalf of the family.
Because he was just tired. Like, people, like, you have to be sensitive. You have to be sensitive. There's a time and a place for everything. And if you know that person, I'm sure later on down the line, they'll be able to open up about, what happened. But it's like a fresh wound, and you're gonna dig in it more deeper, talking about what happened, or I knew they was gonna pass, and they was
the Lord told me, so you couldn't tell me. That's really what you want to say?
Some people have said some crazy stuff. They're off the chain. But we just have to be sensitive because we don't know. We don't know that it's inappropriate. You know what I'm saying? We just. And then too, the thing is, why do you have to know how that person passed away?
It's so knee jerk. It's so knee jerk.
Yeah.
Chelsea said it can be traumatic for the family. That's right, because they are rehashing the death of their loved one. Yeah.
Yeah, you're already grieving, and then somebody talking about, oh yeah, I just knew they was gonna pass away. They was tired. The Lord told me they was tired. You're like,
this your first time telling me on it. You would tell me on this live. I'm still gonna ask you for names, addresses, social security numbers.
Some people just don't think before they speak. You have to tread lightly.
What was the purpose though? In the Lord told you, like, what was the point in that though?
I guess they wanted to feel like, that's the Lord told them, and that's what they just needed to say that. People are
because people are nosy.
Yes, people are nosy, and it makes you even more angry, when people do that, and you find yourself having an attitude. I don't like that, and I'm the type, I love really hard, but I felt sometimes, even in this process, that I had to really watch my heart, because I would just. I would find myself being like, yeah, don't even talk to me, and that could be with just randoms or family. You know,
we're not even going to go down that alley.
You know, family can be off the chain too, you know, so you really have to just be careful and walk softly when it comes to somebody losing someone, you know, and just don't be asking a lot of questions. In due time, if it's meant for you to find out, that person will share that and open up, but you can't just be, you can't do that. You can't be saying stuff, you know?
Um, you're right. So the best bet is if you don't know what to say, just serve. Just show your love by showing up, by sending maybe gift cards, flowers. Some people just lack social etiquette. Yeah,
That's true.
it's we just don't know. Some of us, it's just awkward. Like I was trying to think of something that makes me socially awkward. I think death is one of them because you just don't know what to say. I get tired of saying the cliche-ish thing, trying to the ministry of presence. Yes, charity. Like I hate saying the cliche-ish thing because I know my heart wants to say no more, but I don't have the appropriate words. And so a lot of times I feel like, let me just say little and do more.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes less is more.
Yeah, it is. And you have to understand too, it's a lot on that family um, when it comes to grief, you know, and you really have to be mindful and considerate and think of, okay, if this was me, how would I feel? Um,
I
what
try to do that, but you know what though? I didn't mean to cut you off. You don't know unless you've experienced the
true.
trauma
That's
of
true.
the death. So that's another thing. I try not to be like, oh my God, I know how you feel because I don't really know how you feel. And sometimes that can be offensive.
Yeah.
It's like you
You
have your parent, you don't know how I feel. So I try to kind of stay away from that. But I do try to say, I understand. I can only imagine, how you feel. But I just really try not to say too much because it's just, unless God gives you the words to say, it's very challenging,
It
very
is.
hard.
And you have to just, like I said at the beginning, it's something about your people's presence, whether it's physical or just spiritual, when you can feel that you are supported and that you're loved, it helps. It helps. It helps when you can look out and see friends or familiar faces. Okay, I know they're praying for me. It helps when you can get a card or somebody says, "Hey, dinner is on us. Where do y'all want dinner?" And we're sending it to the house. Those things help because when you're in it, your mind is everywhere, you know? And then when you have children, you know, two of my siblings, me and my sister, we both have kids. So trying to explain to them what's going on, they're asking a lot of questions. You're trying to grieve yourself. You know, you want to be there for your other parent that's left. You want to try and help them, you know, handle business. It can be a lot of moving parts, and then you're married, your kids are in school, it's virtual learning,
Oh my God.
it's a lot going on. So when someone says, "Hey, we're just going to take care of dinner, you know, let me do blah 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 blah," it helps. Every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. And people just have to realize that it's during grief, it's not about a lot of talk. It's about what you said. It's about serving and doing what you can. It doesn't even have to be a lot, but just doing what you can.
That was good. That was good. So, let's segue. I want to talk about coaching really quick, and then I want to go into some of the things that people have sent and that we can talk about because I don't want to belabor the time. But so let's go back. So let's talk about coaching. I know that you have a coach. You are my coach. And so how has coaching helped you with in your grieving?
it's been my go-to. I find that when you're walking in purpose, it brings healing to yourself as well as healing to the person that you are helping. And so I find that as I do the things that I know that God has required of me, I, in return, He's doing a work in me. He's helping me. He's healing those areas. He's speaking to me about different areas and different things that I can do. And sometimes people that I'm in the middle of coaching, they end up saying something to me that encourages me. They may not know it, but God will also use them to speak something in me. So I think the importance of it's so important that we walk in purpose and we walk in what God has designed for us, because as we go, He is healing us of whatever we have going on as well.
I am trying to run the show and talk at the same time. So I tried to put, this is just a whole blooper fest. So I tried to put destiny and diagnosis, but there's not enough room. But Stephanee Pinkney is a life coach. Oh, you know what I can do? Hold on, let me listen. Y'all gonna have to grow with me, okay? Grow with me, Saints. Let's go. Grow with me. And we're growing. So, how important is coaching?
Coaching is important. It's almost like any child or that is looking to excel in a certain area, they always have a coach. You think about football coaches, basketball coaches. The coaches are designed to help push them to be the best that they can be. Um, that's what a coach is. A lot of times, our coaches are our spiritual leaders, our pastors, our, just different, our mentors. These are people that are in our lives to see our potential and tell us the things that we need to take out and get rid of, and also push us to be the best that we can be. So I think it's important for us to all have a coach. Like I said, whether it's a spiritual leader, mentor, or whomever, somebody that's in your corner that is willing to tell you when you're wrong, when you're right, when your stuff stink, when you need to get it together, when it needs to
Tap
be.
you on your shoulder, ma'am. No, ma'am. There's a better way. I'm sorry. That's what Stephanie did. Go ahead.
So it's important that you have people, have someone in your life that's willing to do that, because God, ultimately, we all have a work to do in whatever capacity. He's given us all purpose. But a lot of times we don't operate in our purpose, one, because of lack of discipline, or two, we don't want to be up under anybody, or three, we lazy.
Oh,
And
so you just came. Oh, so you just came to have revival tonight?
I mean, it's true. We
We
have
didn't discuss this.
this.
My toes are stepped on. All right. Go
I'm just saying, we've got to get to the place where we say all these things that we want, and this is something that God was dealing with me about earlier. He's like, you speak the vision, you write the vision, and you make it plain, but you're not willing to work the vision. Like you lazy. Like you're
Excuse me, you should have ran this by me. No, play it. Go ahead, because you're talking real good.
you're not disciplined. He's like, I've put something so special and valuable in you, and you're not willing to do the work. You're not willing to do the work. But you want the prize, but you're not willing to do the work. It doesn't work that way. That's just not how it's going to be. We have to ultimately realign our lives with Christ and do the work, do what He requires of us, so that we can get to where we want to be naturally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. There are things that we know we need to do physically and we don't do them. We have to do the work. We have to do the work. And that's just something He keeps drilling in me. And I think I might do a series on do the work, because Sometimes
That series will be loaded. Go ahead.
we want to skip over the work and just get to the prize, but the work is what prepares us to be able to handle the ultimate goal. But we don't want to do the work. He's like, yeah, you that's not gonna work. You got to go back to the basics. You got to go back to the beginning. So it's so important to have coaches in your life that'll push you and tell you, no, go back to the foul line and do those suicides again. Hit that line. You're not touching the line. Go back. Go back. That dribble is horrible. Your vision is off. Go back to you need that in your life so that you can make sure that you are at your best potential to do the work of the Lord. And he can't take us where he wants us to go until we do the work. We're not going to get there. We are not going to get there. We're not going to get where we keep having these dreams. God, he shows us things to encourage us. Okay. He shows us things to let us know, look, there is something great in you. There is something so valuable in you. I want you to get here. He shows it to us so that we have something to aspire to. But a lot of times he show it, and because we don't get there overnight or after we do one little thing right, then we want to quit. He's like, I didn't tell you the road was going to be easy. You got to do the work. You have to do the work. You have to do the work. I'm going to do a series on it. I am.
Listen, no, this is what we have to do, sis. I'm bringing you back to the she shed. I'm bringing you back to the live because we don't have enough time. Unfortunately, the time has run out. This has been so good for real, and I have to bring you back. Will you come back?
Yeah.
Do y'all want Stephanie to come back? Put a yes in the comments if you want Stephanie to come back, please.
Yes.
I feel convicted right now, Steph. And then you sat up on us. Look, and then she sat up because I'm totally convicted. Talking, Steph. Listen. Yes. Jayana says yes. Felicia says yes. Peb says yes. Miss Stacy. Hey, Miss Stacy says yes. She has a Stacy has an organization, a sorority, a Christian sorority. Awesome. Baby, come back. Listen, you can put it all on me. I don't know. Y'all, I'm sorry. Y'all don't know about that. Sierra says, yes. Good job, Stephanee R. Pink. Listen, isn't she amazing? Hey, Auntie, that's my nephew. Hey, little Rodney. We want Steph. Listen, Toya said yes. So we are coming back. I need you all to do me a favor. I need you all to first follow Stephanee. Stephanee, what is your handle? Stephanee R. Pinkney?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead.
On Instagram and on Facebook.
Stephanee R. Pinkney on Instagram and on Facebook. And then I need you to also follow me, please. I am Courtney Phillips. And that's literally my handle. I am Courtney Phillips on Facebook. I am Courtney Phillips on Instagram. And then the She Shed has a separate page on Instagram. And I think I'm going to do a group really soon on Facebook. But on Instagram, it's the She Shed Movement. Okay. We are coming back. We are opening the doors back up to the She Shed. So I need you to get ready for the next time we come. And when we come back, we're bringing Stephanee. She has wrecked us in here. We have laughed. We have just felt like crying 5 seconds ago. And because I was not prepared for that. But it was all good. And we needed to hear it. A few things, and you can still inbox me if you have some things that women are not talking about that we need to talk about. You can still inbox me. I have a list of some good things like insecurity, comparison, domestic violence, infertility. Being strong is not a compliment. Being cute for a big girl is not a compliment. women in, I had a guy hit me up and wanted us to talk about women in communication. So this is going to get good. The She Shed Live, the doors of the She Shed are now open, and we are going to be talking about the conversations that a lot of women may not be having. And I want to bring Stephanee back as many times as I can, because she is such a wealth of knowledge. The mind of Christ is just all in and through her. And so I love to hear what she has to say regarding these matters. So, Steph, I'm having you back. I wish we could do next week, but seeing as how that's a holiday, I'm not sure. But we'll get together and we will be back soon. I didn't want to hold you guys long. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please tell a friend, tell a neighbor. Oh, YouTube, She Shed TV. Somebody please type that in the chat. She Shed TV. Please go like and subscribe. This video is going to be on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, She Shed TV. She Shed TV. I know it's probably hard to find, but scramble through there. You'll see my face in the mix somewhere, and you'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's it. And then when you get there, don't talk about me, pray about me, all right? We just getting it started. I'm just loading up little videos, and we're gonna have more content coming soon. So yes, She Shed TV. Go to YouTube, She Shed TV. Thank you so much, and please subscribe. Please subscribe as we add more things on there. Thank you, nephew, She Shed TV. Any last words, Stephanee, before we go?
No, well, yes, I'm saying no. I just want people to be encouraged. Let not your heart be troubled. That's something that has been on my heart, questioning what's next, what's ahead, and if God is really going to do what he said he was going to do. So I just want to encourage you guys just to keep God first, but just know that God has great things in store. It's just been rough. 2020 has been one of those years. It's definitely been one for the books, but I believe the sun is going to shine if we hold out. So you all just be encouraged. Let God continue to speak to your hearts, open your heart to him, and he's going to do a great work in you. I love you guys.
No more chicken and pound cake. God bless you on tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you guys the next time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do me a favor, tell a friend, tell a neighbor, share the replay. I made it public. I gotta get my life together on all of this stuff. We're gonna make it bigger and better every time. So thank you, ladies, to the ladies of the She Shed. A lot of core ladies are in the chat here. Thank you all for coming in and supporting the She Shed being open to the public as well. So until next time, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, thank you, Stephanee, so much. I love you, and I appreciate you. Till next time, talk to you later. Bye, guys.